What is going on, All-Terrain Nation? Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, it doesn't matter what you drive because this is your All-Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd. And today, we are about to take the old Jeep Gladiator out for a 38-mile run. And you're like, okay, well, what's so fun about that? Well, the fun part is we're gonna actually do a miles per gallon video on this thing. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Dave, everybody does miles per gallon videos. What's so special about this? Well, for one, it's a cool truck. For two, the top is removable, and what I've not seen on likes of YouTube here is where people do top on, then do the exact same loop with the top off. And will the outcome be different? Will we get worse mileage? Let me know in the comments below right now, and then by the end of the video, were you right or wrong? So let's just get to this thing and let's go fill her up. So if you want to be a YouTuber, filming these videos is always fun because you roll up to places like this and then you start talking to your camera and people are just looking around like, what's this guy doing? Is this guy crazy? I am crazy. All right, once again, this won't take very much to top off because I wasn't planning to do this video today, and I think it's only going to take like a quarter of a gallon here, like not much at all. All right, so what do we got here, Corbin? We got a whole $1 and half a gallon of gas. So let's go do the loop and let's go have some fun. All right, so we're resetting everything here and make sure each one is reset. And let's see what we can do with this thing on about a 38-mile loop. So what we're about to do is, I wouldn't say it's mixed driving. We'll have a few stops and starts, but ultimately I'm not trying to do any of these weird hyper loops that you see these people do, and no offense to any of the other companies out there that are doing the fuel economy trips, but a hyper loop to me is not really showing you what these things are capable of. Now you will see another miles per gallon video where I just run this thing literally through my town from one side to the next, and you get a feel for how it's going to do that way. But for this loop, it's just a pretty easy cruise. Once again, I'm driving like I normally would. I'm not trying to squeeze every miles per gallon, every micro millimeter of it out of this thing. I just want to drive this thing like I normally do. And when we do this, once again, we're just going to go through some countryside. There's a couple red lights we're going to hit, but other than that, this is just what it is. It's driving a vehicle. It's a Sunday, and unfortunately, the top's on right now because it's a beautiful Sunday, but stay with us. We're gonna take these all off, and do you really think that the miles per gallon are gonna be different? So I have my son Corbin here with me, and Corbin, if I were to tell you what the miles per gallon are on this thing with the top on, do you think there would be a difference with the top off?
Oh, absolutely.
How much do you think miles per gallon? So this thing somewhat averages in the 20s. What do you think it'll be with the top off?
Not too much higher than that, honestly.
So you're saying with the top off, you think it's going to be around the same as what it normally gets, or worse?
I think it's going to be a difference, but I don't think it's going to be a big difference.
Okay, well, let's find out here and see. So in the comments below, let me know what you think. If you are a Bronco guy, obviously I have a lot of Bronco followers on here because you guys know I'm buying one down the road, or as soon as Ford will actually give me a build date. But let me know, these vehicles are very similar. They're obviously, it's a hard top that's removable. Similar handling, though I think the Bronco is going to handle a lot better than the Jeeps do, just due to the independent front suspension. And sorry, Jeep guy, I mean, I like this Jeep a lot, but the handling characteristics will be different. Now, there's always that, the flex, that's great if you're wanting to build a monster vehicle. But I think as a daily, if you want to have a daily that you want to go off-road with a little bit, I think the jury's out on it. And hopefully I still have both of these at the same time and we can solve that issue. But let me know in the comments what you're interested in content like this, because obviously the doors come off, the roof comes off. Is there something, especially if you're a first-time owner of a vehicle like this, what would you be curious about? We'll film this. I feel like we were just here like maybe 30-40 minutes ago, Corbin. Let's do this one more time. All right, so let's see. I'm not exactly, the one thing I've noticed with these Gladiators is, especially when I've used like a gallon of gas in them, or over a gallon, sometimes they don't want to fill back up to where you know they should be. So let's see what it's going to show here. It looks like we've done a about 1.275 gallons. I feel that might still be a little bit off, but we'll look at what the truck actually says, how many miles we ran, and we'll go from there. All right, here is one of the cool parts of the Jeep, and also one of the most stressful parts of the Jeep, because just like that, no more door. All right, so we're ready to take this top off here, and all the screws are out. Once again, if you want to learn how to do this, there's more than I've seen plenty of videos on this. I'm just gonna take this thing off. All right, there's our trip computer. It looks like it's showing we've done exactly 40 miles. Double check the other one. And yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Let's see what it says. Start this thing up, see what it says. Right now it's showing 24.1 miles that we've done. So not too shabby on that, but what will it do with the top off? That's where I'm curious about. What will it do? All right, so you can see here the top is off. Only thing we have on there is our little beamy top, and doors, everything's gone. And let's go see what round 2 does with this thing. All right, Kelly, so we are about to take this thing off, and this is the fun of the Jeep, right? I mean, this is really what we bought this thing for, and it's why we're buying the Bronco, right? Because we want to experience what it's like to go topless, per se, in the legal sense. And I'm kind of excited to see what this thing will actually do with no top on it. I kind of feel like it might do a little worse.
I disagree.
Kelly says it won't, so we'll see. But
I think the weight is what it is. I think the weight will help it.
The weight reduction will help it? Oh, okay. So we're travel down the road once again. I'm basically doing the same path, minus a few hundred feet probably, and we'll go from there. This is why you own a vehicle like this right here. Now, if you're new to this style vehicle, you want a beamy top as soon as you can get one. It just makes all the difference. I can't say enough. We had some Jeep friends who were like, hey, you gotta have one. And we had planned on buying one, but we took this thing out when we first got it on a nice sunny day, and we didn't roast, but we definitely got a little more sun than you were anticipating.
But it was very early in the season too.
Yes.
Very early.
Yes, and it's still cool. So, but this is why you want these vehicles. I know my Bronco people are excited by this right here, especially if you've been a faithful Ford owner for all these years and kind of wanted a Wrangler and maybe never got, couldn't go all in with it. And so with the Bronco, like having this option right here is going to be fun for you guys. The only thing we need right now is some foot pegs, and I'll be curious if somebody offers the foot pegs for the Bronco, because the mounts are a little different than what Jeep offers. All right, let's figure out what this thing did or did not do. And I will say this, we've observed some weirdness of fill-ups. Like we know we're using at least 1.5 gallons, and it seems like you can only get 1 gallon maybe back in this at times. So I don't know if it has something to do with the expansion of the gasoline getting hot and expanding and the gas is expanding or what, but let's see what this one does. If I go slower at it, it'll actually fill it better. So we'll top it off just a little bit more. But I don't know if it's the drain plugs on these or what. When you get to fill them up, that I don't really want to do it. There we go. I'll stick with that. So it's right at $5, 1.8 gallons. Saying we're averaging, it looks like 23.1, and considering that's not actually too bad, man. If you consider what we have done, and let's see, between the two runs, it looks like we've done 23.3 at 81.1 miles. And not bad considering, now we didn't probably ever get over 55 miles per hour. So 23 with the top off, basically, 24 with the top on. About a mile per gallon difference, which is, I kind of thought it might be a little worse, honestly, and you thought it might be better, right?
I did. I thought it would be a little better with the weight.
So there you go. Hopefully you like this kind of content, man. We plan on bringing you more interesting and different things. So let me know in the comments below, is that where you thought this thing would get from the trip computer, or did you think it would do worse than that? So from all things two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, you know the drill. It does not matter what you drive, because this is your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.